Thank you for tuning in. This is 101.5 KZKA FM, home of the Wolves, here at Los Angeles Academy of Arts and Enterprises. This is an interview made by students for the Los Angeles community to showcase local artists, musicians, politicians, and local creatives. Please enjoy.
Hello, how's it going? Thank you for listening to 101.KZKA FM. You're listening to our show in your community today. We have an amazing guest, Cold Culture. Can you tell us a little bit about yourselves?
So we are, of course, Cold Culture. We're from Pomona, California. We originated in 2016, so we've been around for quite some time, even though I feel like not a lot of people know about us. But we just released our debut EP called A Brief Escape, and yeah.
Can you tell us how Cold Culture came to be and how all the members joined?
So Cold Culture was originally just kind of like my own solo project that just got put into band form. Kevin is my best friend, and I needed a bass player at the time, so he came into play. And our guitar player Xavier I met through college, and our drummer Dutch I met through a really good friend.
All right. What would you say is your dream collaboration?
What do you mean as far as dream collaboration?
Any collabs with any other artists you guys would like to do or band?
Oh man, probably either Tiger Shaw or Joyce Manor would be insane.
Yeah. Can you tell us any stereotypes you get since you're in an emo band?
As far as like any kind of stereotypes go, a lot of people tell us that we don't look like your stereotypical emo band because emo is known to be like really dark, or kind of like think of like My Chemical Romance. And no, I'm a psychology major and Kevin is a computer science major, and we have two people out in like social services out there for all y'all.
Yeah. We get told our music has sad lyrics a lot, so that's probably the only stereotype we fit into.
Yeah.
Do your songs have to do with anything you experience in your personal life?
A couple of them do, yes. Otherwise, I try to write lyrics that anybody can relate to. Like Walking on Ice, it's basically just saying like, hey, this is, we're barely getting through life today, but it's going to have a better day tomorrow. Pushing Daisies is for a really good friend of mine. She was going through a really rough time, and I asked if I could write a song for her, basically, and she loved it so much that she allowed me to put it out. And then Reflections is about dysphoria, just basically that you don't fit into your own skin. And then Autumn Skies is personally like one, like a comfort in my own storm, basically for dealing with depression or anything like that.
What inspiration do you look for when writing a song?
Inspiration, that's a good question. Everyday life. I look for people, I look for stories, whether it's on the news, on the radio, or just even experiencing it. So I would just say like everyday life is our inspiration, really.
Who would you say is your musical influence?
Musical influence. Kevin, who would you say?
Definitely Tiger's Jaw. They're a big one that we've really shaped our more recent music around their influence. So that'd probably be the biggest one I can think of.
I would say a little bit of Joyce Manor and Microwave too. We get compared to them a lot too.
Mm-hmm. Besides music, do you have any other hobbies?
So other hobbies, I would say I'm actually getting into the field of like mask making. So I'd say like special effects makeup is going to be a soon to be hobby right now.
Not quite a hobby, but I'm fully employed as a software engineer. So that's kind of my hobby.
What would you say was your motivation to make emo music?
I'm sorry, repeat the question one more time.
What What would you say was your motivation to make emo music?
So, based off of the sound and like what's really behind emo music, it's more emotional than it is like any kind of sort of sound, really. Our guitar player also really likes to bring in sad chords, and he's really inspired by a lot of different emo bands, and that's what really gave us the drive to go forward with it.
How do you handle mistakes during a performance?
So we, during a performance, if there's any mistakes, we normally just play through and try to necessarily just pick up where we left off. If we stumbled, Kevin can agree with me on this, we will kind of like look at each other really quickly or smile or do like a little funny like shrug off. I know Kevin's experienced that with Xavier at least twice, right?
Yeah. Both Zen and I had a similar instructor for playing in a jazz band in high school. And I just we follow his approach, which he would always tell us that the audience can tell you messed up based off of how you react. So if you make a big mistake, but you don't react very like obviously about it, they're less likely to take notice of it. So we try to do that the best we can.
What do you feel is the best song you've ever released and why?
Best song that we've ever released. Kevin, you go first.
Oh gosh, I was hoping you weren't going to put me on the spot for this one. So I would probably have to say it was a while ago, but we released Vacant, which that I think was one of, at the time, a very strongly driven, very emotional song that we put out. It was an acoustic, so we weren't all part of the recording process, but it was something we were all part of bringing it together, though.
For me, I would say it's a tie between Reflections and Autumn Skies. I really feel that both of those songs have shown an emotional movement in different aspects to both of them, compared to a lot of our other songs. So more recent times, Autumn Skies or Reflections are mine.
What would you say is one thing you would like to change in the music industry?
One thing I'd like to change in the music industry. So I would love for the local scene to get noticed more. I feel there is such a big stereotype of you have to have a pretty face or you have to really know someone to get in there, compared to like just actually playing and really mean what you're playing and not having 1,000 writers write a song for you. That's one thing I'd like to change.
What other career paths that you are interested in besides music?
Psychology for me. I plan to help kids. So that is what I'm currently studying.
Sorry, I missed the question. What was it?
What other career paths that you are interested in besides music?
Well, like I said, I'm currently fully employed as a software developer. So I guess that one, I sure hope at this point.
If you could go on a tour with any artist, who would it be?
I would definitely probably say Tiger's Jaw would be a big one. It's a band that not only influences us, it's one of the bands that every single member really enjoys listening to. And we've been to their shows before. They always put on a great show, and it'd be awesome to share the stage with them.
Yeah, I would have to agree.
Is there any advice you would give to any upcoming musicians?
I would just say you just have to keep trying. And if it's something you're really passionate about, you just got to work toward it. Getting into music is not an easy thing to do, and it takes a lot of time and a lot of patience.
Yeah, keep practicing. Don't give up. Like Eddie Van Halen always said, just play. That's all you have to do. Just play.
All right. What are your future goals for this following year?
So I think our goal for this year, and it's kind of a little bit of a carryover from last year due to the recent state of things, is just to release a lot more content. In the past, we have played a lot of live shows, but we didn't really have a lot of like music videos or recorded music to point people towards. We kind of had the same recorded songs for the last like 3 years. So we're really pushing to put out a lot more music so that way people have something to listen to while we aren't out trying to tour.
Yeah, including music videos. I feel like that was like another big push. Like we have an animated music video coming out soon for Walking on Ice. And we have a couple of others in production to tell like an actual story for that song.
Can you tell us how you have handled quarantine as a musician?
Forced me to learn how to record for sure. I feel like that was a really big struggle. So with all the free time that I had, I was able to really get to sit down and learn my equipment more and kind of do more on my part for, you know, our band. But I've also been helping with a little bit of audio mixing and stuff like that for videos for a couple of our other friends in the local scene.
Yeah, and I think in general, just due to the quarantine needing to be more careful, having to social distance, we've had to adapt that into our practice schedule, whether it be practicing less when stuff has been more bad, we've had to rely a lot more on learning on our own and then trying to put it together once we're able to see each other in person again. So that's definitely been a bit of an adjustment.
Nice. Can you tell us about the gear that you use in and out of the studio?
So we have, for me, I use two different guitars. I have a semi-hollow Les Paul that I mainly use in and out of the studio. Otherwise, in the studio, I use my Jaguar to get a different tone or a Telecaster. And then as far as any kind of like overdrive for myself, I use the Walrus Ages overdrive just because it has like 5 built in, so it makes it easier on my part with a little bit of reverb on that, my bad, and a Vox amp.
So Zen is definitely more of a gear person than I am. So Zen, I think you actually know more about what bass I use than I do. So if you want to talk about it.
You have a Fender Jazz bass, my friend. And Kevin just has a simple tuner pedal and a Fender Rumble 500 for his bass amp of choice.
Are there any local artists that you would recommend?
Oh, any local artists that we would recommend? Definitely my good friend Lauren Eliza. She is more of like an R&B pop soul artist. She's wonderful and, you know, is way more talented than she gives herself. Kevin?
Well, Lauren's definitely a good one. Gosh, I'm blanking on names of other local artists right now. So do you have any more you could throw out, Zen?
There's Heart Like War. Dropout Heroes is another good one. Both of them are pop punk. We don't really know too many in our own genre. Shaman Cult is another really good one. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I did think of one. They're more metal, so definitely a different sound than us. But Against the Sun, I am friends with one of their members. They're a great band as well.
Do you have any shout outs or any upcoming projects you would like to promote?
So yeah, definitely our EP Brief Escape is out to your guys' enjoyment on all streaming platforms. Upcoming projects, basically stay tuned. We have more songs dropping in spring, so it'll be fun.
We also have some music videos in the work, so those will be coming in the next several months.
Nice. Once again, thank you for listening to 101.5 KZKFM. For more content like this, please check out our website at kzk.org for the program schedule and additional information. Thank you for your time.